Oh,
he is Jewish. I just want to be clear.
Oh, do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go there? Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust? Really?
The committee will be in order.
Talk to Jared Wise about anti-Semitism.
The ranking member.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have got some wild footage today from a House hearing that I am still processing. So, we've got Attorney General Pam Bondi sitting there, taking questions from Representative Becca Blaint. And for the first few minutes, Blaint is coming in hot. She's aggressive. She's demanding answers about Epstein ties in the Trump administration, asking why Bondi isn't questioning Howard Lutnick, why the president isn't holding people accountable. She's trying to make Bondi look like she's dropping the ball. But here's the thing. Pam Bondi, she is not the one.
Has the Department of Justice talked to Deputy Secretary Feinberg about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, which are clearly spelled out in the files? It's a very simple question. It's not a trick question. I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I'm stunned that you want to continue talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Epstein
Okay, I'm reclaiming my time. I'm asking you not a trick question, a simple question. Okay, so what is clear is we have evidence.
Do you know who Chris Malin is?
We have evidence that 3 senior officials within the Trump administration have ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And what I can conclude, I can conclude from what you are saying that you have not talked to them.
What does ties mean?
I think Americans would be shocked to learn that you are not interested in talking with these officials who have ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
What does ties mean? Can you define that?
Across the world, prominent men who've been exposed in the files have resigned their jobs in disgrace. And that's a good first start. And that same standard, standard should apply here. And Americans want accountability.
Who is Chris Malin?
Was the president aware? Please stop talking. It is not your time to ask questions. It is not your time. I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. Chair.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Vermont.
Was the president aware of Secretary Lutnick's ties to Epstein when he chose him to lead the Department of Commerce? Was he aware?
Chris Malin was a Border Patrol agent.
Okay, so I'm going to conclude that the president, in fact, did know about his ties because he was the next door neighbor.
Shame on you.
Oh, for goodness sakes. This is pathetic. This is pathetic, Mr. Chair. I am not asking trick questions here. The American people have a right to know the answers to this. These are senior officials in the Trump administration. This is not a game, Secretary.
I'm Attorney General.
My apologies, I couldn't tell.
See that? Blaint is going on this long rant about ties, and Bondi is just sitting there, cool as a cucumber, waiting for her moment. Blaint is trying to shame her, talking about how men in the Epstein files resigned in disgrace, and Bondi just flips the script. Now, at first I was like, who is Chris Malin? But that's the point. Bondi is calling out the hypocrisy. She's saying, you want to talk about ties? Let's talk about the names you're avoiding. But the energy really shifts when Blaint's time is almost up. Bondi asks the chair for a few seconds of the next person's time, and this is where she goes full prosecutor. Boom. There it is. She just exposed the whole thing. She's sitting there saying, you're yelling at me about Lutnick, but where was this energy when your guy Bill Clinton was flying on the Lolita Express? Where were the questions for Merrick Garland? It was a clean shot, a direct hit. But then it gets nuclear. Because Bondi doesn't stop there. She goes for the jugular. She brings up a vote Blaint made, accusing her of voting against a resolution condemning anti-Semitism. And you can see Blaint's eyes go wide. She slams her hand on the table and she fires back. The room is in chaos. The chair is screaming for order. And for a second, it feels like a stalemate.
By 2008, we knew that Epstein was a convicted sexual abuser. And we now know that Lutnick went to Epstein's Island in 2012. How was that not a deal breaker for the president? And why aren't you asking questions of the Commerce Secretary about what he saw when he was at the island, which he lied about not ever going to? Why are you not asking these questions? And I see that my time is almost expired, so I will say this. Do the right thing, Attorney General. Meet with the survivors. They have been asking for a year. Meet with the survivors. Do the right thing. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from South Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
May I have 20 seconds of his time?
That'd be up to the gentleman, but.
Absolutely, Madam
Thank
President.
you. Thank you. I was curious if you, Congresswoman, asked Bill Clinton that. Didn't see one tweet, not one. I didn't see one tweet when Joe Biden was in office about Bill Clinton. Didn't ask Merrick Garland anything about Epstein, not once when he was.
Weak sauce.
And also, I want the record to reflect that, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
is
Jewish. I just want to be clear. Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go there? Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust? Really?
The committee will be in order.
Talk to Jared Wise about anti-Semitism.
The ranking member.
Blaint just dropped her own family history as the ultimate shield. But watch what happens next. Pam Bondi doesn't flinch. She doesn't apologize. She looks past the chaos, looks directly at Blaint, and hits her with one more name. And this is where the video gets crazy, because the cameras caught what happened right after the feed cut. Bondi raised the heat so high in that room, calling out the Clinton hypocrisy, then calling out the voting record, then dropping that final name, that Blaint didn't have a comeback. She couldn't reclaim her time. She couldn't fire back. She left. As soon as the gavel banged and the next person started talking, Becca Blaint gathered her things and walked straight out of the hearing. Didn't stay for the rest of Bondi's testimony, just exited. Now you tell me, if you're the one asking the questions and you leave the room before the witness is even done speaking, who really won that exchange? Pam Bondi walked in there, took the shots, flipped the script, and stood her ground. Blaint tried to play the moral authority card, but when Bondi raised the heat and brought the receipts, she couldn't take it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Was Bondi out of line? Or did Blaint walk right into that and then walk right out of the room? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.